with Jill. I'm Jill Tutland, chef of the Lake Kitchen. Today we are making a gourmet macaroni and cheese. And gourmet may sound difficult, but it's not. I'm going to show you how. We've got our cheddar cheese, we got some Velveeta, the secret ingredient, and we got some great Fontina cheese as well. So just get those shredded up. You can buy them pre-shredded or shred them yourself, whatever's easiest, and get those just ready to roll. We have a shallot right here. Now a shallot is just like an onion, just has a really great pungent flavor. They are a little smaller. This is quite a large shallot, but you can use it just as the same as an onion. So what we're gonna do first is go ahead and get this guy peeled and diced. So we're gonna go ahead and take up the skin here. And if you can't find a shallot this big, it's no problem. You can go ahead and get 2 of them. It's not gonna be a problem whatsoever. So what we're gonna do is get this diced up real fine because we want it to add flavor. We're not looking for a real texture addition for the shallot. So we're gonna, basically what we did, we take it, we cut it in half, and now we're gonna cut down, not all the way to the little kind of hairy part on the end there, because we wanted to hold it together for us. It's gonna make it a lot easier to get that really nice fine dice that we're looking for. So, and then we're just gonna take it here and make a thin slice cut. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We'll go ahead and get that in our little bowl here. Well, this is the chance that you get to actually flavor the pasta itself. You will be able to flavor the dish in general, but it's real nice to give the pasta its own flavor. So we have boiling water, a pound of pasta. And these are just shells. You can use bow tie, you could use penne if you'd like, but I kind of like the shells. All the good cheesy stuff gets in it and get nice big chunks of it. So next what we're gonna do is get our shallots going. Add a little bit of butter. We don't need a whole lot here. We're just trying to get a little bit so they're not gonna stick to the pan or anything. So we'll let that melt down, then we'll get our shallots in there. Next what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the steamer, and we're gonna get our roux going. This is really what's gonna thicken the sauce, make it really, really nice. So get this on. We're just gonna have it on kind of medium to low heat. It doesn't need to be super high. We're just gonna get about equal parts butter and flour. And to make a roux is incredibly easy, and it's very, very good to know. In many sauces that you're doing, you need to thicken them up a little bit. Great way to do it. So we're gonna add our shallot to our butter melted in our pan, and you can hear a little bit of the sizzle. We're not looking for it to be real high. We want high enough so we can get some nice good flavor getting going on here. So we'll spread this out just a little bit. Perfect. And our pasta's just hanging out. So doing it in this manner, really gonna make it so pasta's gonna be done, our sauce is gonna be done, everything's gonna be ready to go. Put in our baking dish, breadcrumbs on top is gonna be fun. Our shallots are coming along real nicely here. We're getting them just about enough so they're gonna start caramelizing. Our butter is starting to melt here. Let's get our flour in there. And I just use all-purpose flour. All-purpose flour is great multi-purpose flour for everything. You wonder why they call it all-purpose. And don't forget about your roux over here. You don't want it to burn. And we're looking for just a blonde roux. There's other types of roux you can do up to a black roux. And that takes some time, and you definitely have to cook it a lot longer. But we're just looking for a basic roux, a blonde roux. So letting this cook a little bit more, letting our shallots, and they are just about ready, just about. And don't skip this step. If it may seem like, oh, I could just do all in one pot, this really adds great flavor. So I would definitely try and make sure you get this one in there. So this is perfect. You can see right here how it's just started to caramelize a little bit. Gonna add some great flavor. I can tell that it smells really good. So it's going to add a nice addition to our pasta dish. And our chicken stock is just about ready to go in here. So pour that one in. And now we're just gonna combine that together. Whisk it together, and you're gonna see the chicken stock is gonna really thicken up with this roux in here, and it will look almost too thick. But just give it a few minutes, and we're gonna start adding our cheeses, our creams, everything to it, and it's really gonna make it just a perfect consistency. Now we're gonna go ahead and we will get our cream in there and our milk. I just have a regular vitamin D milk. I try and make things a little bit lower fat, but not compromise flavor. So I use just a vitamin D milk. We're gonna use 1 pint of that, and we're gonna use a half pint of half and half. Give it that rich, creamy flavor. So just about a half a pint. And so you can see now it's getting all so nice and creamy. Well, now we're gonna bring that up to temperature. We wanna get that nice and warm, so right when we drop in the cheeses, they're just gonna melt right away. Just give me a shake. Okay, perfect, and over. Our sauce is just gonna be about done. Once we get our good cheeses in there, then we can actually call it macaroni and cheese. So we have our fontina going in here, and our cheddar. And this is a sharp cheddar. If you want it a little less pungent, go ahead and get a mild cheddar. Definitely, I would say get a cheddar. You don't want to do low fat, because the problem with low fat or non-fat in the hard cheeses, semi-hard cheeses like that, is that they get to be really kind of waxy, and it really is not going to work well in this dish. You know, we're really trying to cut down wherever we can without compromising flavor, but that's not one of the places. So we're gonna get our Velveeta in there too, and let's give it a whirl. We'll hold off on the rest of the Velveeta just until we get all this incorporated. And it's gonna start looking a little stringy, but once the Velveeta melts down, it's really just gonna make the perfect consistency. And then I just use a baking dish. What I like to do is I like to use a larger baking dish that has a larger surface area. That way we can get tons of breadcrumbs on top, and everyone gets a really good piece of the breadcrumbs, rather than, you know, if you get smaller and it's deeper, then all of a sudden, who gets to fight over the top? Crumbles. Melted. We'll go ahead and get our garlic salt in here. We'll do about a tablespoon or so. Add a little more if you'd like. And then we'll do about a tablespoon of nutmeg. The nutmeg just adds a nice little layered flavor on it. So it's nice to have a little bit in there. We'll do like about 3/4 of a tablespoon on this batch. Just because you want a little hint of something else, you know? You always want to make them wonder, that's delicious. What is that? Ready. So we'll go ahead, add our slightly caramelized shallots in there. And that's gonna add such a nice sweet flavor. Oh, it's gonna be delish. So just scrape all off that you can, and get that nice swirled around there. Perfect. Just beautiful. Pouring this beautiful sauce right on top here. Turn off our oven, and let's get our baking dish all ready to go. So let's get this in here. And this is gonna thicken up. Once we get the cheese and the breadcrumbs on top, it's gonna be just perfect. So it may look a little milky, but it's gonna be so nice and creamy once we get everything baked together. Then we have our breadcrumbs. This is about a cup of panko, and then a regular Italian breadcrumb and Parmesan cheese. So we're gonna wanna get this nice on top. This is gonna make a nice crunchy breading on top here. And don't skimp at all, because everyone's gonna want a bite of that. So just perfect. And then towards the end, we'll go ahead and we can sprinkle a little bit more of the cheddar cheese just to give it that nice orange golden kind of hue to it, so people know and see, that looks great. And then when you're ready, pop it in your oven, bake it uncovered, because we want the breadcrumbs to brown really nicely. About, 20 minutes or so. Make sure you bring it up to temperature nice and bubbly, and then at the last few minutes, put some of this melted cheese, put it on top. It's gonna melt perfect. It's gonna just be wonderful. So this is gourmet mac and cheese. It's really easy, delicious, and we're trying to make it a little healthier too. So thanks, and join me next time.